Hey folks, Coach Doug's here with my friend Spike Yoder, who has a wonderful man cave. This really is something special. Spike, thanks for letting us into your man cave.
You got it, man. Anytime. You don't even have to ask. I'll give you a key. You can come by, stop by, and it's yours.
There you go. That is Doug's second major key. I got the key to Toledo.
That's right.
Key to the state of Toledo, and now a key to Spike's man cave.
Toledo's definitely second fiddle to Spike's Man Cave.
I won't.
I've been in Toledo. I've seen it.
Toledo is a wonderful town.
I grew up in Ohio. Okay, I love the Toledo Mud Hens. They're fine.
There you go. Yeah, Mud Hens. Big fans of the Mud Hens.
Yes.
Very cool. And so you're from Ohio originally?
Yes. Born Amish in Millersburg, Ohio.
Amish in Ohio.
I was born a small Amish child.
In Ohio.
To large Amish parents.
Yeah. I get the reference.
In Ohio, yes.
I didn't know that there were a lot of Amish in Ohio. I think Pennsylvania when I think Amish.
Right, Lancaster area, Pennsylvania. But where I was in the around Worcester, Ohio, and Millersburg, Walnut Creek is a famous tourist town. There's a lot of large Amish population. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And then Indiana as well, especially around the South Bend.
There's a lot of Amish around South Bend.
I have many relatives in the. There's a Yoder, Indiana, by the way.
Really?
In that area, yeah. There's a lot of Yoders in.
A lot of Yoders around Notre Dame.
Around Notre Dame, yes.
None
of them are Catholic. They're all Amish.
Yeah, I didn't know that. That's something. So, but now, I assume you're not Amish anymore.
I'm not. No.
So how did that work out?
I was Amish for 5 years.
Okay, so.
Yeah, so I don't really remember much of it.
Yeah.
My mother told me the day I went to kindergarten to speak English. She reminded me of that. And that's the last time I think I ever spoke Pennsylvania Dutch.
Okay, so you actually, now is that just a certain dialect, or is that like its own special language? Pennsylvania Dutch.
It is. It's. I've always said it's a slang form of German, but just because it's not a real national language anywhere that I know of, but it is basically German. Although if someone speaks pure German, I can't understand it.
Gotcha. So it is a specific. You would have to.
It's a dialect, yes.
Gotcha.
However, their church services are usually done in pure German, so most Amish people are very fluent in German.
This is like Spike's masterclass right now.
Yeah, we thought we were going to talk sports.
Yeah, I was thinking this is cool man cave. You're like, let me talk about the
101.
Amish. Yeah, well, tell me about. I mean, when you sent me the picture of this has really caught my eye. This is an amazing collection. What is this all just from? Through the years. Tell me about these pieces back here.
I've been a woodworker since high school, and so I've always been fascinated by old woodworking tools. Never really collected them seriously, but over the years I had a few here and there that I would see and grab. And then my wife and I, over the past 30 years, our hobby has been flea markets and antique stores. So I would always see these old block planes laying around, and you used to be able to get them for $3 to $4 or $5 a piece.
Yeah.
Now you pay $30 for one of those.
Really?
But I just love them. Almost none of them work, but the more beat up and aged and chewed up they are, that some pioneer hacked that out of a 2x beam and then put the metal in it, and then his kids used them as hammers and chewed them all up, and then the dog got a hold of it and it laid out in the rain in somebody's barn for 20 years, and then now it's on my wall, So I love old tools like that if they're made of wood.
Yeah, that's very No,
they're not worth anything really. It's just something I like personally.
For sure.
Yeah.
No, like I said, I shared the picture on my Twitter feed, and that's a lot of people thought this was very cool. I think there's definitely something, especially I think in my generation, everything's plastic and metal made in China, and so just to see this and I don't think we know it firsthand, and so it's got that allure to it of that's pretty cool. So that's awesome. And you got a whole bunch of wooden mallets over there. Is that the same thing?
Same type of thing. They're wooden, and you'd be surprised at the variety of mallets when you start looking for mallets. I have no idea what they're used for, most of them. Some of them I have specific uses that you can tell, but most of them they were probably handmade by someone who needed a mallet for a specific purpose. They made it, and then they broke the handle, so they cut it off and made it shorter, or added a broomstick to it. And I'm more fascinated thinking about how many hands that mallet has been in and how many things it's been used for
Yeah.
in the last 100 years, and now I just appreciate it.
Yeah,
You know, I'll never
absolutely.
use it for anything, but
No,
there are some pretty nice ones.
Yeah,
in
like
there,
you
but-
said, they didn't just, oh, it's broken, let's throw it away.
No.
They were gonna fix it somehow. It might not be the same, but they're gonna make it to where it's usable.
Right, and there are some you look at and you're like, what could this possibly have ever been used for? And I don't know, but I like the way it looks. So.
Yeah, very cool. Well, it's an awesome collection for sure. And then you have some non-woodworking things too. You got a record collection. I see Frank Sinatra and then Sam Kinison over there.
Yeah, as you know, I'm a stand-up comic, and so in the flea market world, you come across thousands of record albums that they're usually in milk crates, and if you take the time to go through them, you will find vintage comedy albums because, as you know, growing up, that was the thing. You bought a comedy album and you brought it home, and all your friends came over and listened to that album, and I didn't because we were still recovering from Amish, so we didn't have television and stereo
Amish.
for years. But as I grew older, that was a popular thing, and so I see these albums sitting there, and who uses turntables anymore? They're starting to come back.
Yeah, they are.
But to be honest, you can get them for $1 a piece, and I see. Sam Kinison. How can you not buy a Sam Kinison album if you see it?
If you see it, you're gonna buy it for sure.
And then I played it. I bought a turntable. First turntable I've ever bought from a store. I did the Man Cave.
Yeah.
Okay. And one of the first albums I played was that Sam Kinison album that's hanging there. And my wife and I almost got divorced over it. She hated him so much because of his,
language,
opinions on marriage and so forth. And we had a great night. I got her. We got drunk in the Man Cave and listened to Sam Kinison. But
That's
yeah,
awesome.
no, it's a lot of fun listening to the vintage comedy albums.
Yeah.
If I listen to Red Fox, you can hear that he's maybe in a small bar, that he's taken 10 minutes and put it on this album where he was with 14 people and they're all drunk and he's telling these horrible jokes, but yet you can picture it. You see the smoke and you'll never see that on the big screen because it's not in a concert venue or something. It's just something that he happened to get on tape, and so I can create my own thought about what I picture him doing at that time. So it's kind of like reading a book. It adds your imagination to it. Plus the quality. The records I own are not. They're all terrible quality. They're scratched up and they sound horrible. So they're popping and cracking, and that to me adds another little level of nostalgia because
it can become a very intimate kind of moment.
Oh yeah,
for sure. I took 4 years of French. It was French 1 4 times, but I took 4 years of French. But no, so that's Lemieux. And so Mario Lemieux. You see, have a nice Pittsburgh, and he's the owner now, right?
He is. He bought the Pittsburgh Penguins and saved them when they were on rough times, as I remember it. I didn't live in Pittsburgh when he purchased the Penguins, but I did spend a few years there when he was playing there, I believe, or shortly after that. But he's my hero. He was the greatest hockey player of my lifetime that I've ever seen, and then he saved the franchise and came back, and he's got five Stanley Cups, as I understand. I think he won 2 of them and has gotten 3 more. So,
well, and so you have your comedy stage up here. So when you're not at the Comedy Zone performing, you perform here in your man cave.
I have. I'm usually drunk, but when that happens, because I tried to create a soundproof room, and I went to a lot of lengths to do that, but I'm not 100% sure if you can hear me outside when I'm screaming my jokes, because I try to get pretty loud, and so
the cops haven't been called yet.
I have to be a little tipsy to actually get up there and do that. But and usually I don't let anyone. I mean, I won't do it. I did it once for my wife. I performed a set for my wife.
Yeah.
That's the only audience member that's ever been in here when I've been on that stage.
But
I do rehearse with.
Are you a little tipsy right now?
I'm not. I'm
let's see if
stone cold sober.
Ladies and gentlemen, performing in his own man cave, Spike Yoder.
Coach, be quiet. You're drunk. All right, I'm going to do one joke for you, Coach.
Thank you.
Actually, this is not a joke. It's a true story. It happened to me today. I took my dog to the vet, He's a black lab. Not the vet. My dog is the black lab. Dummy. Jeez. And he's from India. Not my dog. My vet is from India. And his hair is turning gray. Not the vet's hair. He's got beautiful hair. He's from India, dummy. Okay? My dog's hair is turning gray, and the vet is trying to dye it. Not dye it like color my dog's hair. Dye it like lose weight. He's got a weight problem. He's obese. He lays around licking his balls all day. Big old Indian balls. He's got nice balls for a veterinarian. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, Spike.
Ladies and gentlemen, hailing from parts unknown, weighing God knows what, in his comedy debut, it's Coach Doug's!
Thank you very much. You know, a lot of people say that I tell dad jokes, but I disagree, because my jokes usually don't hit that often. That's my time. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Coach Doug's.
Well, the freezer has fruit and frozen grapes and liquor. And then the fridge has just different types of beer and maybe a few other assorted drinks.
So alcohol.
And emergency bacon. There's a sealed package of bacon in there in case my fridge runs out of bacon. She has a habit of doing that, so this is just a reserve. And then I bought a platter of munchies for you, Coach Doug's, that we can eat tonight.
Thank you.
Just in case. I'm hoping you forget about it, so I can eat it all weekend.